South Korea's economy grew 0.3% in the third quarter of this year thanks to solid domestic demand. However, the country's gross national income fell for the second quarter in a row. Shin Ha-young with this report.
South Korea's economy grew slightly in the third quarter despite the global economic slowdown. The Bank of Korea reported on Thursday that the country's GDP, a barometer of economic growth, rose 0.3% on quarter in the July to September period. The data is unchanged from the central bank's earlier estimate in October. Growth slowed compared to the 0.7% growth in the second quarter due to weaker exports. However, the economy still saw an increase in GDP thanks to domestic demand.
Compared to the previous quarter, domestic demand contributed more to the growth of GDP, while the net exports contribution to GDP fell.
Private spending jumped by 1.7% on quarter, while facilities investment rose almost 8%, driven by higher spending on machinery and transport equipment. On the other hand, due to inflation and a rising exchange rate, pushing import prices up relative to export prices, the net contribution of exports to GDP fell to minus 1.8% from minus 1% for the previous quarter. The official from the BOK forecast that the country's GDP growth for this year could hit 2.6%, the central bank's outlook made in August, even with negative GDP growth in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, South Korea's gross national income, the total amount of money earned by people and businesses, fell by 0.7%, recording a fall for the second straight quarter, mainly due to a rising trade deficit. Shin Ha-young, Arirang News.